Dear students, today let us learn the first supplementary lesson, that is the story of Dharmavyadha. This story is picked from the epic Mahabharata. The story of Dharmavyadha. I will read the lesson and you have to take out page number 156 and follow this video. Once upon a time, there lived a person called Kaushika. He was proficient in the Vedic lore. He wished to surpass everyone in learning. So, forsaking home and parents, he went to a forest and pursued his studies. So, once upon a time, there lived a person. He was by name Kaushika. He was proficient. What is the meaning of proficient? That means he was a very learned, knowledgeable person in the Vedas. He was an expert in Vedas. So he wished to surpass. Surpass here refers to beat or to defeat everyone in the learning. So for this purpose, he left the home and his parents and he went to forest for following his studies or to get more knowledge in the studies. He left the home and went to forest. One day he was sitting under a tree studying the Vedas. He was disturbed by the loud twittering of a crane perched on a branch. He glared at the bird which had disturbed him, and at once the bird was reduced to ashes. Kaushika was sorry that his wrath had caused the death of a bird, but the realization of his ascetic power also pleased him and he felt proud. So, what happened one day when Kaushika was sitting under a tree studying the Vedas? Suddenly he was disturbed by the loud twittering. Twittering means the sound, like we say, chirping of the bird, like that. The sound of the crane is called as twittering. This crane was resting or it was sitting on the branch of a tree. Then Kaushika was very much disturbed by the sound of the crane. Then what did he do? He glared. Glared means looked at with anger towards the bird because the bird was disturbing him. And at once means immediately the bird was reduced to ashes. Then looking at the bird turning into ashes, Kaushika felt very sorry and that his wrath here means he got anger. So he realized his anger. Anger was the cause for the death of a bird. Then why the bird turned into ashes? Because of his ascetic power. Ascetic here refers to the divine power what he was having. At the same time, he also felt satisfied because he has got such a ascetic power that the bird could be turned into ashes, and he also felt very proud. In this picture you are seeing how Kaushika was disturbed by the crane and how he is turning the crane into ashes. Then what did he do? He went to a town nearby. His mind still dwelt on the incident of the bird. He stood before the house and begged for alms, crying aloud, Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi, which means, Give me alms, mother. The mistress of the house was attending to her husband who had just come home, so she took some time to bring the alms. Displeased, Kaushika glared at her. The chaste lady said smilingly, Kaushika, I am not a crane for your glare to burn me up. Her words startled Kaushika. How did this lady know that I killed the crane? He wondered. The woman understood that he was confounded. She said, You may have mastered the Vedic lore, but you know not the mistress of Dharma. There is one Dharmavyadha in the city of Mithila. You can learn the mysteries of Dharma from him. Curious, Kaushika turned his steps towards Mithila. Then what happened? Kaushika went to a town which was very nearby. His mind was still dwelt. Dwelt means he was still thinking how this incident happened, how the crane turned into ashes. Then he went before a house and begged for the alms. Alms means here he asked for the food. Food may be the grain or whatever the people they give, the food or the gifts which is given to the people. ಭಿಕ್ಷೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So he cried aloud, saying, Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi. Then the mistress of that house, she came out. She was just serving her husband, and she came out and she also brought the food. And displeased means Kaushika was not happy. He was not satisfied because the lady came late. Then again Kaushika glared at her. Glared means again in the anger. He looked at her, looked with the anger. Then the Chazal. Chazal means she was a very pious lady. And what did she do? When Kaushika was glaring at her, then that lady looked at Kaushika and she said very smilingly, Why are you looking at me like that in the anger? I am not a crane to be burn me up. Then her words startled Kaushika. Startled here refers to surprised. Kaushika was very much surprised because he was not understanding how this lady came to know about the incident of the bird. Then that lady said, There is one person called Dharmavyadha in the city of Mithila. You go there and learn the mysteries of Dharma. Mysteries means secrets of Dharma. You go to Mithila and learn from Dharmavyadha about the secrets of Dharma. Once again, Kaushika was very anxious, curious. Then he turned his step towards the Mithila. What happened in Mithila? In Mithila, he made his way to Dharmavyada's shop. It was a meat shop. The Vyadha welcomed Kaushika warmly and said, Come in, come in. That Chazal woman sent you, didn't she? The words of Dharmavyada stunned Kaushika. Hitherto, Kaushika was full of conceit, imagining that he was the only learned man. But now he realized that it was not so. That morning, the lady had referred to his killing the bird, and now this butcher selling meat was telling him that the lady had sent him. So he felt all these were great persons. With folded hands, he requested Dharmavyada, Sir, reveal to me the mysteries of Dharma. So now in the Mithila, when he went towards Dharmavyada's shop, he could see that Dharmavyada was in the meat shop. So Dharmavyada welcomed Kaushika and he welcomed him, and he also said that Chazal woman has sent you, didn't she? So these words of Dharmavyada once again made Kaushika to feel very surprised. He was stunned. Stunned means he was surprised, and he understood that he has been defeated. All these days he had a conceit, means he had a false pride, or he was feeling proud that he is the only learned man and he knows everything. But now that lady also knew about the incident of the bird as well as Dharmavyada. Now that butcher selling meat was telling that that lady had sent him. So all this made Kaushika to realize that these people are very great. Immediately, he folded the hands and requested Dharmavyada to reveal. Reveal means to known to others, to tell the secrets of the Dharma. Dharmavyada replied, Sir, you are well versed in Vedic lore. How can I enlighten you? I can only tell you about the path I follow. To engage oneself in one's inherent duty, to be truthful, to be patient and merciful, not to be elated in happiness or depressed in difficulties, to be engaged in prayer and tapas, to appreciate the good qualities in others, not to boast, to have bath in sacred rivers, to visit holy places, and to serve our parents and the Guru who has bestowed knowledge on us. This is Dharma. These are the mysteries of Dharma. So Dharmavyada started to tell the mysteries of dharma. Before that, he said that, Sir here refers to Kaushika, you are well versed in Vedic knowledge. How can I enlighten you? Enlighten means giving more knowledge or greater knowledge. Already you are knowledgeable person. How can I give greater knowledge to you? Just I will tell the way, the path, whatever I follow. What do I do? Firstly, to engage oneself in one's inherent duty. So, inherent duty means the primary duty. We have to understand the duty of a human being. Firstly, we should be very truthful. We should be very patient. We should not get angry. We should be very merciful, means we should be very kind, and not to be elated. Elated means we should not be overjoyed when we are very happy, or we should not be too depressed when we face difficulties. And always we have to engage in prayers, doing tapas means meditation, and to appreciate the good qualities in others. Whenever we observe any good qualities, we have broader mind that we should appreciate the good qualities, and we should not boast, we should not feel too proud. And also we have to take bath in the holy or the sacred rivers. We have to visit the holy places, serve our parents, and always we have to show respect to the gurus, because gurus have bestowed means they have given knowledge on us. So these are all the mysteries of dharma. I follow the hereditary profession of selling meat, but I kill no animals. I do not cheat in business. So far as I know, I have never uttered a lie. I have no enemies. More than all this, I serve my aged parents with devotion. Their blessings are my shield. So, Dharmavyadha said, I follow the hereditary profession. What is the meaning of hereditary? Inherited by birth means followed from generation to generation. What is the hereditary profession of my family? Selling the meat. So even I follow that. And though I sell the meat, but I will not kill the animals. I will not cheat anybody in my business, and I have never told any lie, and I do not have any enemies also. More than all this, I give respect to my parents. I serve them because they are aged. And whenever I serve my parents, I do it with my devotion, because their blessings are my shield. Shield means here defense that will protect me. He then took Kaushika home and showed him his parents and prostrated before them. Kaushika also bowed to the aged couple. He then bowed to Dharmavyada and said, Sir, my arrogance evaporated today. I was conceited, imagining that I am the only learned person. I have forsaken my aged parents and caused them grief. My eyes are opened now. I now realize that my dharma is to serve my parents. I shall join them and make them happy. I will try to cultivate the virtues you told me about. He returned home. Thereafter, he spent his days in the service of his parents and in teaching others the Vedic lore he had mastered. Then Kaushika went to the house of Dharmavyada. Dharmavyada showed his parents, and he, Kaushika, bowed before the aged couple. Then he also bowed to Dharmavyada and said that I was arrogant, I was feeling too proud. Now that evaporated today, means it washed away. Now I accept my defeat. Now I am imagining that I am all these days I had a false imagination that I was the only learned man, but now I understood my mistake, and even I too have my aged parents, and I have made them suffer a lot. I had made them, I did not look after them in a proper way. I brought a sorrow to them, but now my eyes are open. Now I have realized the mysteries of Dharma. So I will go back to my home. I will serve my parents. I will make them happy. And I will also try to cultivate the virtues. Virtues means good qualities and whatever you have said, I shall be following that. So thereafter, Kaushika returned home. He spent his days in serving his old parents and teaching others about the knowledge of Veda, what he had mastered. After narrating this story, sage Markandeya said, Yudhishthira, in every division of people there are enlightened souls who can guide even scholars and masters of Vedic teachings. As said earlier, this story of Dharmavyadha is picked from Mahabharata. So, this is the story said by sage Markandeya to one of the Pandavas, the elder brother, that is Yudhishthira. So, after telling the story, Markandeya says to Yudhishthira that in every division of people, here division of people refers to every caste or every different groups of the people we see in the world, there are enlightened souls. Enlightened soul here refers to learned people. That is, knowledge is not restricted to any class or any caste. So we can see the learned, enlightened people in every category of the people, and they are the one who can guide even the scholars and even the masters of Vedas. We think that only the knowledge is restricted to few people. It is not so. We can see the learned people in every category of the society. So hope you all understood the lesson. So you can also go to glossary in page number 157 and 158. Thank you.